Ukraine just bombed Putin's house, and Russia said, quote, overnight, Ukraine launched 91 drones at President Putin's state residence. And the important part, Russia said, quote, we will now review our position in the peace negotiations. In other words, this is a red line, and Russia no longer wants peace. But you need to know what Ukraine actually said. It goes without saying that if Ukraine has tried to kill Putin, it's a huge escalation, and that's why you need to know what Ukraine said. Obviously, Ukraine knows the consequences of doing something like this, so they've actually denied having any involvement in it. Zelensky called this accusation, quote, typical Russian lies. Although, you need to know, despite there being no reports of casualties or even damage from these Ukrainian drones, Russia still doesn't care. I will say, the fact that there's zero damage reported from 91 drones would suggest it might not have happened, unless Russia's air defenses are just like Superman. But Russia, like I said, they don't care. Russia said, quote, given the Kiev regime has switched to a policy of terrorism, Russia's negotiating position will change. But you need to know that this actually comes just weeks after the Russian President Putin himself threatened to cut Ukraine off from the Black Sea. Specifically, Putin threatened to invade Ukraine further and take Odessa, which would cut Ukraine off from having any access to the sea. It goes without saying that if Ukraine becomes a landlocked country and they don't have access to the sea, there pretty much won't be a Ukraine left because of how dependent they are on international trade. But forgetting all of that, Russia has accused Ukraine of trying to bomb Putin's house. We don't have evidence from either side, so we don't know who to believe. I'm sure though, if we do get some evidence, you'll be glad you followed me for some more global news like this.